So welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and this is our second game of Last Days of Zombie Apocalypse, and we're going over into the new month, which is April. So we're still in spring, and we are doing the massacre site. So in this mission, we have 5 loot tokens, each being carried by some of the victims of the massacre. Some unpainted miniatures in the middle, but don't worry about them. They're just representative of some dead. So we have the opposing team of zombies, which are going along this edge of the board, which adds up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, because I've got a few extra levels now. And we have some firearms, and my group start out here. So obviously the zombies are carrying the treasure, so they're going to have the heavy 2 applied to them because they are carrying supplies. So our group, the Saint Judes congregation, has stumbled upon a massacre site which has been left for them by some unknown group. And they want to go here and discover what's happened and, of course, recover some loot. But first of all, we have to see what special events are happening for this game, and we shake on the seasons table 5. So all ranges are cut down to 18 inches because of some light rain which has moved in. So that's not very good. Right, so next we're going to check for the menace phase. So in menace phase, we're going to check for noise. Well, obviously we haven't made any noise, and for ammunition, and we haven't done any shots, so we don't have to worry about this. So we can go straight over to zombie activation. So all zombies have got their usual 5 AP, but these ones are carrying heavy, so they can move free. Now they're going to come towards us because they can see us. Which is very useful and helpful of them, seeing that means hopefully we can get the treasure chest, loot containers before the other zombies get to us. And then all of these ones are going to move their full 5. So that's zombie and menace phase done. Over to action phase. Okay, so we're going to start with Pastor Jones. Now, Pastor Jones has got a movement of 6. He could run, but he's not going to. So he's going to move here. Next, we've got Brannick. I'm going to have Brannick move. And Brannick has got a movement of 6. Now, he's got a hunting bow, so we want to really get him into a position where he can shoot. So we're going to move him up to here. Romy. Now, Romy has got a movement of 6 also. So, has she got a firearm of any sort? No, she hasn't. So she's going to just move up. She's going to walk around the tree and stand just by there. Travis has got his trusty bow, and he's going to move 6 inches. So he's going to move, actually he's not going to move quite 6 inches, he's going to move 4 inches, just about there. Trent, the fire officer, now he hasn't got any firearms, but he's got an AP of 8, which is pretty amazing. So he's going to walk up to here. Tracy is going to move up by here, to be the closest one to the zombie. Kathy here, who has actually changed appearance because she's got a rifle, so I've specifically given her a model with a rifle, so not to be confusing. Right, we're going to say going up this hill is going to be hard or tough terrain. So for every 2 inches spent, she can move 1. So she's going to move, if she moves a full 6, she can move 3 inches basically. It's half movement. And she'll get up onto this. And then we've got the last person, who is PC Kramer. Now, PC Kramer has got a movement of 6. He's now got a revolver, so I've changed the miniature. So he's going to move up this way. like so. Right, shooting phase. So first of all, we've got Brannick, who's a selfless person. So anyone who's got a firearm has to fire unless they are trained. So Brannick, where is Brannick? Here's Brannick. Now he's selfless, so he's going to shoot at a creature which is closest to someone else, not himself. So that's 3 inches from that person. So that's just under. So he's actually not going to shoot for the one in front. He's going to shoot for this one over here because that's the closest one. So he gets +1 to his roll because he's shooting at a zombie. And that's it. Just +1 to his roll. So we got Brannick's firearms of 4. Is it within 9 inches? Not that it really matters with this, but yes, it's within 9 inches, so it's in short range. So he's got a skill of 5. He needs to shake a 2. And I shook a 5, so he hits the zombie. Now, does he lobotomize it? Now, he's got a hunting bow, which is really good for lobotomizing. So it's a low bow 2, so I need a 3 or over in order to lobotomize that zombie. I shook a 1. He doesn't manage to lobotomize the zombie. It has no knockback, so he doesn't even get a knockback on the zombie. Because he's using a bow, he's going to have to reload next turn, so I won't even give him an ammo token. I'll just give him a token to show that he's going to need to reload. So that was Brannick. Next, we have Travis. Travis has got a weapon, a ranged weapon rather. So he's going to shoot his hunting bow, and he's neutral, so he can choose who he shoots at. Well, because he's neutral, he's going to shoot at the same one. Now his firearms is 3, so it goes up to 4 because he's shooting at a zombie, so he needs a 3. And he shakes a 1, so he misses. Kathy up on the hill here. Now, Kathy is also neutral, so she gets to choose who to shoot at. So, checking for range, she's got a hunting rifle, so she can shoot up to 24 inches away. So, that is it within range. That tree isn't in the way either. So, she gets +1 to her shooting score of 4. So, it goes up to 5. So, she needs 2 in order to hit. And she shakes a 6, so she hits. I put a noise token and an ammo on her to show that she's fired. Now I didn't have to do that with the other ones because they've got silent weapons because they're bows. So the hunting rifle is not a low bow or anything, so it's just a 5 or a 6. She blows his head off. And I shook a 4, so she failed. But it does have a knockback of 1. Next, we got PC Kramer with his revolver. So, if I had known how badly these other people were going to be, he would have maybe stood here to have another shot at this zombie. But he didn't know. So he's going to shoot at this zombie here. He is a trained character because he is a police officer. So he can choose who he shoots at. So he's got a firearms of 3 because he's blind in one eye now after last game. So he needs, it goes up to 4, so he needs a 3. And I shook a 6, so he hits. And now a 5 or a 6, he manages to lobotomize it. And I shook a 5, so PC Kramer shoots the zombie and kills it. End phase event table. So I shake 1 dice and add what turn it is. So it's turn 1, and I shook a 3. 3 add 1, that's 4. All quiet. So nothing happens. So then we're back to turn 2. And the menace phase. So first of all, we need to check for noise. So we're going to check for Kathy up here. So I shook a 2 and the 1 noise, that's 3. That means there's nothing comes on. The PC Kramer, I shook a 6. And the 1, that's 7. Something does come on. The nearest board edge would be probably this one over here. So a zombie has just come on over there. And then we have to shake for ammo. We know that these two have to thing. So it's does Kathy have to reload. So it's got a reload of 6. So I shake the dice. Shake the dice. I shook 1 plus 1. That's 2. She's got a reload of 6. So that is not equal to or higher than 6. Then we've got PC Kramer. PC Kramer's got a reload of 6 too. Shook a 3 plus that one. That's 4. He's still fine. Next, zombies move. So these zombies carrying the supplies are slowed down, but they still... This one manages to get in contact with Romy. So he's down to... They usually have 5. Down to 3. Down to 2 because he got knocked back 1. But he still manages to get into contact with Romy. So... And then all of these ones are going to move 5 inches. Kathy is going to... It's not worth reloading yet. So she's going to just move up to here. Trent is going to... Well, he's going to move up by here. Just so that that zombie will come towards him. And then the preacher has got his 6. So he can move up to here, keeping a clean line of sight from Kathy to the zombie. Then Brannick is going to move into the combat, like so. So Travis is going to reload. That costs him 2, so he gets rid of his marker. He's going to move here and get himself ready for that zombie to come to him. PC Kramer will move. He'll move here. So that is everybody's activations done. So next does come shooting phase. So on shooting phase, we're going to have, first of all, we got Kathy up on the hill here with her rifle. And she's going to shoot at this closest zombie. So she's got a firearms of 4. Plus 1 because she's shooting at a zombie. That's 5. So she needs a 2 on the dice. And I shake a 2, so she hits. Now, 5 or a 6, she lobotomizes. And I shake a 5, so she does kill that zombie. Travis can't shoot into combat. Again, Kathy could shoot at whoever she wanted to because she's neutral. So Travis, he can't shoot into combat with anyone of his own team. So he is also a neutral survivor. So he's going to shoot at this one. So his skill on a bow, 3 plus 1, that's 4. So he needs a roll of 3. And he shakes a 1, so he misses. So he's now out of ammo. Officer Kramer is going to shoot at this same zombie. Now Kramer has got a firearms of 3 plus 1, that's 4. So I shook a 4, so that adds up to 8. He's hit, so he needs a 5 or a 6 in order to lobotomize it. And I got a 3, so he failed. Over to CQC phase. So we got these 2 people attacking this zombie. Now, the better hand-to-hand fighter out of these 2 is Brannick. He's got a CQC of 4, so he's got plus 1 because he's got a friend, that's 5. So he's got plus 5. And I shook a 5 plus 3, that's 8. And the zombie has got a CQC of 2. There's add up to 6. I beat it. Now, Brannick has got a spade, which gives no pluses to lobotomizing. So a 5 or a 6. No, he doesn't lobotomize it. Does he push it back? No, he's not going to. Does he get sick? On a 1, he gets sick. He gets sick. Brilliant. So now Romy is going to have a go. So Romy has got a CQC of 3. Plus she's got a friend, so that's 4. So her 4 plus 4, that's 8. And then the zombie has a plus 2, and it shook a 3. So she defeats it. She has a club, so that's got no lobotomizer. So a 5 or a 6, she managed to lobotomize it. 5, she does, so she kills that. We're going to mark it on her character. Did she get sick? 2, no she doesn't. Next combat, we are going to have Tracy attack the zombie. So she's plus 4 with her CQC. So 4, 5, that's not very good. And the zombie has plus 2. So the zombie's beaten it, therefore blocked her from causing damage. And did she get sick? No, she didn't get sick with a 2. So now it's Zombie's chance to attack back. So this zombie's going to attack her. So he's got a plus 2. So that's 4. Versus Tracy, which has got a CQC of 4. Plus 5. So Tracy manages to defeat it. End phase. Now I haven't lost anyone, so there's no chance of breakage point. But we do have to shake for end of turn events. So I shook 3, and we're on turn 2, so that's 5. Nothing happens. Turn 3. And now we check for menace phase. So first of all, sound. Does Kathy bring anyone on? 3 plus 1, no. Does Kramer? 3 plus 1, no. Do they run out of ammo? So Kathy, 2 plus 1, that's 3, that's a no. And then we have PC Kramer, he's got 2 plus 6, that's 8. That is more than his reload of 6, so he is out of ammo. So next, all zombies get to move. So this one is going to be coming towards Officer Kramer, who's the closest. This one also coming towards Kramer, but it's down to 3 APs because he's lugging along this crate with him. And then all of these zombies in this line are going to walk 5, pretty much in a straight line. So that's menace phase done. So it's over to action phase. So we're going to have Kathy. She's going to stay here because she's quite safe up there and she can take pot shots at the baddies. Then we're going to have Preacher. The Preacher is going to move up to this crate, which costs him loot, which costs him 4. Now he can't pick it up because to pick up loot costs 3 action points and he's only got 2 left. Fire Officer Trent, who actually would probably have been a better person to pick up that loot crate because he's got more AP. But we've done it, so I'm not gonna backtrack now. So he's gonna move up here, like so. So next we've got Romy. Now Romy hasn't got a ranged weapon, so I think maybe it would be best for her to pick up this. So she's going to move 1 inch, pick it up for 3, so that's 4 inches, that 4 AP, so she's got 2 AP left. Now it's heavy 2, so that's her actions actually done. Now Brannick is going to reload for 2, so he has 4 AP left. So he's going to move this way a little bit to about here, so he can take a pot shot at one of these zombies to try and stop them from hurting anyone else. Now Travis is going to reload for 2, and he will stay where he is. Officer Kramer is going to reload for 2, so he's got 4 AP left. And he's going to move back here, touching the loot but not actually picking it up. Action phase done. So now we're over to shooting phase. So we're going to start with Kathy up on the hill here, and she is going to try and... She's 10 inches away, so she doesn't get any minuses or anything because of the rain. So Kathy has a firearms of 4, knocked up to 5 because she's shooting at a zombie. So she needs 2 or more. She shook a 5, so she hits it. A 5 or a 6 in order to lobotomize. And I shook a 4, so she failed to lobotomize. It does have a knockback of a 1, however. Is Brannick with his bow. Now he's going to shoot at one of these guys. 7 inches, so easy within range. Now he needs he's got a skill of 4, so it's up to 5. He needs a 2+. I shook a 3, so he does hit. He will be out of ammo because he's using a bow. But on a 3, 4, 5, or 6, he manages to lobotomize this zombie. He shook a 3, so he kills a zombie. So next we're going to have Travis. Travis is going to shoot at this one who's carrying the loot. So Travis has got a shooting of 3, knocked up to 4 because he's shooting at a zombie. So he needs a 3 to hit it. And he shook a 4, so he does. He shook a 6, sorry, so he does. Now, does he lobotomize it on a 3, 4, 5, or 6? He lobotomizes it. And I shook a 6, so he does. He kills another one. Right, so now we got Officer Kramer. Now, he doesn't actually have this one, who he was going to shoot at. So he is going to shoot at one of these guys over here. Now, a pistol has got a range of 12 inches, which is 10 inches to this one, so yeah, he's within range. Kramer has got a firearms of 3, goes up to 4, so he needs a 3 to hit. He shook a 6, so he does. And now he needs a 5 or a 6 in order to lobotomize. 4, oh, so close. Now it's got a knockback of 1, because it's just a revolver. So next it's CQC phase. Well, we've only got one person actually hand-to-hand fighting, and that would be poor old Tracy here. So Tracy has got a skill of 4, so it's up to 5. 5, and I shook 6, so the zombie cannot be it. 2 plus 5, that's 7. Yeah, so I've beaten it. And what happens next? So Tracy has got a knife, so she needs a 4, 5, or a 6 to lobotomize this zombie. And I shook a 1, so she failed. Does she get infected? No, she doesn't. Does she want to push it back? Not really, because if she does, she's going to push them into the people who can actually shoot. So she's going to hold on to that zombie, and the zombie will attack her back. So the zombie has got a skill of 2, so it gets a 5. Tracy has got a skill of 4, plus 1 because she's fighting a zombie, that's 5. And I shook a 3, so she defeats it. So that's CQC phase done. So now it's end phase. Now for end phase, we don't have to do any breakage because all my people are fine and we haven't lost anyone yet. But we do have to shake for end of turn events. Now it's turn number 3. So I shook a 6, plus 3, that's 9. Place 2d3 zombies in one of the man-made structures. So we got 3 man-made structures. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's this one. And we put 2d3. So that's 2 and 2. So 4 zombies have just appeared inside that structure. Turn 4 and the menace phase. So first of all, have I brought on a zombie with Kathy? No, I haven't. Is she run out of ammo? 3 plus 3, that's 6. And I do believe that Kathy has just equaled her roll, her reload skill, so that means she's out of ammo. Did Officer Kramer bring anyone on? I shook a 6 and the 1, so 7. Yes, he does. He brings on a zombie. So a zombie comes on here. Just off the edge of the camera shot, but yeah, right there. And does he need to reload? So he's got 1 plus 1, that's 2. No, he's fine. So zombies get to move. So first of all, this one. So it got a knockback of 1, so it can only move 4 this turn. So it falls short by here. These ones. Oh, both. Oh no, this one manages to get to Trent. This one falls just short by here. Then we've got this group now, this new group. So they have to go around for an inch. So it'd be 4 inches. So they're going to get here. These ones heading for this group. So they can move 5 apart from the one who had a 1 knockback. So it gets to there. And there. This one moves 4. And then this zombie makes it into Tracy by here. And then this one came on, so this one moves 5. Action phase. Kathy is going to reload. That costs her 2 actions. And that's all she will do. Asta is going to move. He's got heavy 2 on him, so he moves into combat with this one. Brannick is going to reload for 2. So he's got 4 left. So he's going to move here, just in case Kathy fails. Then we got Romy. Now Romy is going to make her way off the board. So she can move 4 inches carrying this, unless she wants to run. But no, she's fine. She's going to walk this way, carrying the treasure. Travis is going to reload for 2 and move back 2 inches to here. So he's going to pick it up for 3. So he's got 3 actions left. He's going to move over here, carrying the loot to shooting phase. So first of all, we'll start with Kathy up here. So this zombie isn't in combat with anyone, so she will shoot. Now Kathy, as we know, has got a skill of 4 plus 1, that's 5. So she needs a 2. I should go 1. She misses. Well done, Kathy. So next we got Brannick. Brannick is going to have a shot. So just as well we did bring him in, because we do need him. Brannick has got a skill of 4 plus 1, so 5. And a 2, 6, 7. So he just manages to hit. And does he manage to lobotomize it on a 3 plus? He does. 6. He manages to lobotomize that zombie. Officer Kramer. Officer Kramer is going to try and shoot at this zombie here. So he has got a skill of 3 plus 1, that's 4. So he needs a 3 to hit. And I shook a 6, he does. Lobotomize it on a 5 or a 6. No, he doesn't. Right. So Travis is going to shoot at this zombie. So he has a skill of 3, I believe. Plus 1, because he's shooting at a zombie, that's 4. So he needs a 3. And I shook a 4, he hits. And a 3, 4, 5, or 6, he's going to lobotomize it. 3, he lobotomizes this zombie. So we're over to CQC phase. Now we're going to start with the Preacher. The Preacher is going to attack that zombie. So he has got a CQC of 6, plus 1 because he's fighting a zombie. So he's got a skill of 7. 8, 9. Zombie's got a skill of 2. So 8. I beat it. I have a Lobo of 4, 5, or 6. And I shake a 2, so he fails. Does he get sick? No, he doesn't, and he will push it back. Next, we got Trent. Trent is going to attack that zombie. He's got a skill of 4. That's 8. Against the zombie, adds up to 3, so I've beaten it. What is Trent using? He is using a axe. So that is a Lobo 1. So he's got a 4, 5, or 6. He managed to lobotomize it. He does. He kills it. Did he get sick? 1. He did get sick. Right, now we got poor old Tracy. Now Tracy is going to attack the zombie in front of her. Tracy's skill is 4. She's fighting a zombie, so it's 5. But the zombie gets plus 1 because it's got a friend. So I'm 5. So I get 10. Zombie is plus 3. 7. I've beaten it. Tracy is using a knife. So she's got 4, 5, or a 6. She lobotomizes it. She doesn't. Does she get sick? Yes, she gets sick. And she will push it back. So the zombie is going to attack her. Now he doesn't get the plus again now because I pushed that the other zombie back, the one that was helping her. So he's +2, so he gets 8. Oh, and I have got Tracy's skill of 4 +1 because she's fighting a zombie. 5, 6. So the zombie has hit her. Ouch. Right, so the zombie's strength is 3. And shake 4, that's 7. How many times does my endurance go into 7? It goes into her. My endurance of 3 goes into 7 twice, so she takes 2 damage. End phase. So first of all, break test. I haven't lost anyone, so I don't have to do a break test. So it is a end of turn roll. I shook a 4, plus it's turn 4, so that's 8. That body's moving, so I have to place a zombie on any one unsecured loot. So a zombie appears there, which isn't good. So we're over to turn 5. So menace phase. Do I need to bring on a zombie for this person? 5 + 1, 6. No. For Officer Kramer, 3 + 1. No. What about ammo? Do they need to reload? 6 + 1. Yes. She's already out of ammo. Then we've got Officer Kramer. I shake 5 + 2. That's 7. He's out of ammo too. Ouch. So the zombies get to move. So this one is actually going to get into back with a preacher. This one is closest to Tracy, so it'll go for Tracy. Then all these ones are moving 5. So they all just fall short of Officer Kramer, which was very lucky. So that's the end of menace phase, and we're over to action phase. So first of all, we're going to have Kathy reload. So that's cost her 2. So she's got 4 actions left. So she can't shoot here, and she can't see over there. So she's going to move 4 actions left, so she can move like 2 down the hill. So I'm going to put her by there. Brannick is going to reload for 2. So he's got 4 left, and he's going to walk this way, like so. Romy is down to 4 actions, and she gets off the board with our first supply. We got Trent here. Trent is going to help the preacher, so he's going to move in, ready to fight it. Right, now Officer Kramer has got loot, so we don't really want him getting taken out. So he's going to move. He's going to run. What the hell? He's going to try and get that safe. So he's going to run 8 this way, actually. So that's double his movement, so he can run. But he can't shoot this turn. Right, Travis is going to reload for 2. And then he's going to move for 4 here. Tracy is going to try and break away. So she has a courage of 3. The zombies have a horror of 3, so it's equal. But he's got a friend, so I'll give him +1, okay? So he's the orange dice. So I do not break away, and I lose my actions because she is stuck there. So next, it's shooting phase. So we're going to have, first of all, Kathy. Kathy's going to shoot at one of these zombies. Say this one by here. So she's got a skill of 4 + 1, that's 5. Is it within 18 because of the rain? It is. 9 inches, easy. So she needs 2 to hit. And I shake a 2, so she does hit, barely. Now, the trouble with this hunting rifle is not very good at lobotomizing. So on a 5 or a 6, she manages to lobotomize it. She shakes a 6. She finally manages to kill a zombie with her rifle. So then we got Travis. Now Travis is going to shoot at this zombie here. So Travis has got a skill of 3. Goes up to 4. So he needs a 3 to hit it. And he shakes a 4. He does. Right, now on a 3 plus, he manages to lobotomize. Come on. 6, he does. He kills another one. Brannick. Now Brannick has also got a hunting bow, so he's going to fire. You might be able to get a few experience points, if nothing else, from taking out these zombies. So he's going to shoot. Brannick has a firearms of 4, so he needs a 3. 4. He needed a 2, sorry, because it's +1 because it's a zombie. And I shook a 6, so he has hit. So he's out of ammo. And on a 4, 5, or a 6, no, sorry, 3, 4, 5, or a 6, he lobotomizes it. 5! He manages to lobotomize one. There, thinning the herd. So next we're over to CQC phase. So we're going to have my parser try and hit the zombie. So I get +1 because I got a friend. So I'm +7. So 13, it can't beat me. And it shook a 5. So I've beaten it. Do I lobotomize it? Now the parser has got a knife. So 4, 5, or a 6. He lobotomizes it? No, he doesn't. Does he get sick? No, he doesn't. He won't push it back. Trent will attack it. Now Trent, with his big hefty fire axe, has got a CQC of 3 because he's carrying a heavy fire axe. But he's got a friend, that's 4. And he's fighting a zombie, so he's +5. 7 for me. 3 for the zombie, so I've beaten it. Do I lobotomize it? He's carrying a fire axe, so it's a 4, 5, or a 6. I shook a 5. He does lobotomize it. Does he get infected? 4. No, he doesn't. So Tracy is going to try and kill one of those zombies. So Tracy has got a skill of 4. +1 because it's a zombie. That's 5. 5 add 4. That's 9. It's got a skill of 2, but it's +1 because it's got a friend, so it's 3. 3 + 6. That's 9. Okay, so it goes to the person with the highest CQC, which is me, so I've beaten it. Tracy has a knife, so on a 4, 5, or a 6, she lobotomizes it. She does. Did she get sick? No, she doesn't. Now, CQC for the zombie. So this one is going to attack me. Now, it's got a skill of 2, no pluses. So that's 3. My skill on Tracy is 4, so she can't lose. 4 + 3, that's 7, +1, that's 8. So she beats it at the end of turn. So end of turn, I don't have to do a break because I haven't lost anyone. But I do have to do a... put my glasses down there. But I do have to do a end of turn roll. So I shake 2 plus turn 5, that's 7. Okay, but it says it's a car alarm. So we don't have any cars on here. So it actually says it has to be a breakout, which means, again, 2d3 zombies are going to come out of one of these structures. So it's going to come out of this structure here. So 3 zombies are coming out of this structure.